We've done them all from LS3s to LS6s and Hellcats, but what I love about the eTorque 2.0 turbo, not the regular 2.0 turbo, it's fast. It's really fast in the dunes and it's quiet. It literally feels like driving a Tesla.
At this year's Winter Jam, I was lucky enough to ride along with Mark from TerraFlex. Mark is running Jeep's new 2-liter eTorque engine. Also on the trail with us was David from DCD Customs out of LA. David also was running the new 2-liter eTorque. I had a chance to experience both Jeeps in the rocks, on some big obstacles, and playing in the dunes as well. And I have to say, I came away mighty impressed with this little 2-liter. Let's take a look at that. I'm here with David from DCD Customs out of LA and Mark from TerraFlex. And these two started talking about the new 2-liter turbo in the JLs. And you've had experience, David, with all platforms and all engine sizes, right? These things. Tell me differences, what you guys feel about running the new 2-liter versus you've had LS3 swaps. What have you done in some of your JKs and other platforms?
We've done them all from LS3s to LS6s and Hellcats, but what I love about the eTorque 2.0 turbo, not the regular 2.0 turbo, it's fast. It's really fast in the dunes and it's quiet. It literally feels like driving a Tesla. Just goes.
Wow.
You don't hear it. It just pulls.
It just pulls.
Pulls non-stop, and it's amazing. I love that motor.
Nice.
In the rocks, they're right, but in the dunes, I don't think I'll trade this with anything.
Nice.
Lightweight and fast.
That's pretty big statement, right?
It is. You can't beat the comfort and speed that it gives you on the dunes. You'll see JKs just get stuck or bogged down, or heavier V8s, and they just are able to stay on top of the sand. It keeps up the wheel speed really nicely, and so it keeps you on the sand and makes it fun. Just throw some boosters.
Have you guys ever encountered any situation where that lag and booster, it didn't feel like there was much lag at all on a trail, where that's been an issue at all?
That's why I said the eTorque. So they have the 2.0 turbos without the eTorque.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will have a turbo lag because I've never driven one. I'm not sure, but the eTorque gives you that electric kick before the turbo spool up.
Gotcha.
So you never.
We're not feeling that at all.
It doesn't even feel like driving a turbo or a petrol engine. It just feels like driving an electric engine.
Nice. It's right there all the time. Yeah.
Another awesome, the eTorque, you can barely feel the engine turn on and off. If you come to a stop, the engine will turn off for save gas, healthy environment, which is great. But you let off and the eTorque re-engages your engine, starts it back up, so that is seamless to feel it start and disengage. It's really nice.
That's excellent. Well, you guys have made a believer out of me this morning. Thanks.
Absolutely.
The new 2.0 is closely related to the engine found in the Alfa Romeo Giulia and Stelvio models. A 22 horsepower motor does double duty as a starter for the start-stop system and contributes up to 71 foot-pounds of torque for up to a half second when pulling away from a stop. This system of linear power delivery is what prompted David to say it felt like driving a Tesla. Now, let's take a look at some stats on this high-tech Italian motor. Now it's time to see the 2-liter eTorque out on the trail. Let's start right here. You're good. good tire now. That's good, Mark. And here's my take after spending the day with Jeep's new 2-liter eTorque. The system allows for a perfectly smooth linear power delivery. To both Mark and David's point, this motor is just better in the sand. As we were making our way out to the trails, I remember Mark saying to me, "You're going to be very surprised at how great a Turbo 4 feels in a Jeep." Man, was he right about that. Very happy to see Jeep embracing these new technologies that bring efficiency and power. Of interesting note, for 2020, the 2-liter eTorque will only be available on Jeep's top dog, the new Recon Edition. Also available for 2020 is the new 3.6 Pentastar with eTorque. But according to Jeep sources, that motor will only be available on the Sahara trim levels. It'll be interesting to see what that brings to the table in terms of performance. So here's my final thoughts. The 4-cylinder turbo with eTorque brings a level of responsiveness to the Jeep Wrangler that I did not think was possible. I hope you've enjoyed this review of Jeep's 2-liter eTorque. Please hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you on the trails.